My name is Max. I'm with Ideal Satellite Services, and today we're going to assemble the hotdish 90. A very durable satellite dish, very solid and stable. Every time it ships, it comes in nice and straight, no bends, no need to worry about trying to straighten it out when you assemble it. We're going to also discuss what tools you need. You need a crescent wrench, 10 millimeter, and a Phillips screwdriver. That's all you'll need to assemble this satellite dish. Now, we're going to discuss also how to identify where your linings are for the elevation on your bracket. The nearest side to the pole will be the 0 mark. The first mark will be 0, and then it goes in increments of 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, all the way up to 60. Now, that we have that straight, let's begin by assembling the satellite dish itself. We're going to take the deflector bracket and install it on the satellite dish. The first step you need to do is identify which side is top up. The dish has 4 screws, and these will be on the lower portion. You take the reflector bracket and it will be mounted as such. This arrow will be pointing down on the bottom side of the dish. We'll install the screws as follows. Take the screws and mount them with a washer and nut and tighten those down. Notice that the bracket has been installed now and that the arrow is pointing downward. You also have your window here for your screw to be mounted. Arrow pointing down. Now we're going to take the F-mast bracket and we're going to mount it on the reflector bracket. It'll take 6 screws, 3 on each side. And again, remember that this part will face the outside away from the dish. We will now take the B-mast brackets, number 4, and install them on the F-mast bracket, number 3, and assemble these guys together. Now we'll put the long screws through the back side and mount the pole brackets right onto through the screw. Just like that. I usually go about halfway through the bolt. Through the back, you poke that screw through, put a washer in, and the nut through the back. And this part is ready to mount. Now, see this tab right here? This tab will be facing upward on the reflector dish. Okay, before I assemble this, I'm going to mark my elevation at 31.6, and when I mount this on the bracket, reflector bracket, I will have it close to the mark where I need to align the elevation at. Now we're going to take the F-mast bracket and mount it to the reflector bracket just like follows. Take a screw and the washer, and that tab right there will be facing to the top of the dish. Here's the bottom, top of the dish, arrow pointing down. You place this bracket right in here till it aligns your center screw with the center hole here. You drive your screw in, and screw that part right in there. Proceed to put all 6 screws onto the bracket until you're done. Alright, now that we have assembled the F-max bracket to the reflector bracket, notice how stable all this is. It pivots nice and smoothly. And well, what I did earlier, I showed you a picture of that I had already pre-marked my elevation at 31.6. Here's my mark for the 30 degrees right there. I'm going to advance that just a hair more and proceed to tighten my bracket down so that it's firm or stable when I install on the pole and begin my alignment. Just snug it down for your next step. Alright, now we'll take the L&B arm and L&B accessory arms and we'll mount them to the sidelight reflector. Now notice that this has two holes, top and side, and then one at the bottom. The one at the bottom is the one you're going to mount on the sidelight reflector itself. The two side screws are used to install the accessory arms. You'll take a number 12 screw, poke it through the side holes, and mount your brackets directly onto the arms, L&B arm. Put your washer and nut, and now we will take a regular size screw number 14, I'm sorry, it'll take also a number 12 through the bottom hole, just like that, and then poke it through the bottom screw, through the bottom hole of the sidelight reflector. Taking a washer and a nut, place those on the back side of the arm. We'll snug that once we have the arms in place. Now taking the small number 14 hole, screws, poke them through the side holes on the dish right there. Take a washer and nut and place them on the inside of the dish like so, and proceed to do the same on the opposite side. Okay, now that we tighten the L&B bracket on there, we're going to take the high performance L&B, we're going to place that onto the bracket itself. We'll take the clamp brace and place it up on top. The clamp brace there is a number 6. We'll take the number, what are those, 22 screws, put them on through the holes on the L&B bracket, and we'll take the two little nuts and start those off right here. Now, in my area, now that we tighten the L&B bracket on there, we're going to take the high performance L&B, we're going to place that onto the bracket itself. We'll take the clamp brace and place it up on top. The clamp brace there is a number 6. We'll take the number, what are those, 22 screws, put them on through the holes on the L&B bracket, and we'll take the two little nuts and start those off right here. Preset the skew to -18 and proceed with the installation.